Welcome to a very special show number 202 of Rockin' Tonight. Brought to you by Molson Canadian, a taste that'll stop you cold. I say a very special show 202 tonight because Gowan is here.
Good to be here, Stu.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
We haven't talked since Expo.
Expo, yeah, that was the first time that we had a chance to play Vancouver, and it was a good show at the end of the summer there.
And you had not yet had the new album out,
Yep.
Great Dirty World, produced by David Tickle. This had taken an unusually long time to come out, didn't it?
Well, I don't think it's so unusually long because Strange Animal had songs on it that struck the imaginations of a lot of people, and I wanted to make sure that the new songs had just as much of an impact on people, and so I had to be very pleased with the result before I felt comfortable with it coming out, and so now I'm happy with it.
The next obvious question, you're happy with it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, you have a tour starting April the 24th in Kingston.
That's right.
It's going to take you across Canada.
Right.
And we'll get to those dates a little later on. But we're also going to get you to give us a trivia question later on, in which tickets and backstage passes will be given away to lucky individuals who will get to see you when you hit their hometown.
A Criminal Mind, Gowan.
Do you remember winning a Juno?
Yeah, it was a pretty magical moment for me and for Rob Courtley, obviously, because we spent a lot of time and a good deal of effort on that video, and it was very satisfying.
That was around, wasn't it the time the award was almost brand new, too, at the Junos, right? The Video of the Year?
I think it was the second year that they had Video of the Year, and so it was quite an honor.
What effect did that have on, say, your video career? Did that expose you to all kinds of opportunities, or were people going, wow, it's great? Or...
It's really something that's very transient. For that moment, it's a great thing to happen, but the next day you're on to new horizons. You know, you can't dwell on awards and things like that because it's really what you do in the future that matters. Now,
Criminal Mind is still ahead of its time. Classic video, and I didn't know this up until a few short hours ago that you did the storyboard for that.
Well, it was meeting Rob Courtley. I had a whole new view of doing videos. He asked me, what would you like to see in this? How would you like to present this song? And I basically thought about it for quite a while and just came up with this little story, which is the guy in the reform school, etc. And when he looked at the storyboard, he thought, you know, this is going to be great. And, you know, I've said before, he did a great job on it. He certainly did.
There he was, standing amidst hundreds of priceless treasures. With a quick scan of the empty gallery, he saw before him a sight for sore criminal eyes. The Florentine masterpiece. Seizing the moment, he snatched it from the wall. No man strikes again. School reform for budding arch criminals.
I stand accused before you. I have no tears to cry, and you will never break me till the day I die. A criminal mind is all I've ever had.
Gowan's concert dates across Canada. Don't go away.
My dearest Plum, I must insist Chiclet's flavour is outside on the candy coating.
Lamb chop, I royally beg to differ. Chiclet's flavour is inside in the gum.
Outside, my
No,
little bird.
inside, bunnykins.
Outside.
Inside.
Outside.
Inside. Princely deduction.
Whales of an observation.
Chiclets, two-flavored great, no debate.
That's just so funny.
Molson Canadian, a taste that will stop you cold, presents What's On across the country, specifically Gowan dates. And Larry, there are a ton of them. You looking forward to getting on the road again?
I can't wait to get back in the road because it's what I love the most about music is just communicating face-to-face with people.
Is there going to be anything left of you after all these days? You got so much energy on stage.
Very little, but looking forward to it.
All right, we should add that there's going to be a lot more dates added onto this, too, so watch What's On Good Rockin' Tonight to find out when they will happen. I mean, we're going to be seeing all of your videos that you've done from day one to today. And, well, I want to talk mostly about Great Dirty World.
Okay.
The thing that intrigues me the most, first of all, before we get to the actual production, and that is the title.
The title?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a title that I think will spark a lot of people's imagination. I don't know how exactly. I think there are many ways you can take that title. And, but basically, I hope people take it in a positive light. You know, you've heard the saying, you know, it's a dirty world, basically meaning that the world doesn't do you any favors. I think people realize that, and once you've acknowledged that, you have to get on with trying to make it as good as you can. It's however you use your spirit to kind of overcome the various conflicts that come your way. That's how you can make it great. So it's basically how you make great this dirty world, great dirty world.
So pessimistic optimism.
That's a bit of that, yeah.
Well, you could have called it
guarded optimism.
Guarded optimism.
Yeah, it's very good for. There's a lot of musical that brings to mind just a lot of musical ideas because you know, 1 foot in reality and 1 foot kind of you know, over the fence, so to speak.
David Tickle again.
Yeah.
Produced the album.
He produced Strange Animal, and I was sending him like demos of new songs. And it just seemed a logical step because there was something definitely to build on from the last record.
Man, you're the strangest animal.
Where do you draw your ideas from? Because the ideas go from one end of the spectrum, absolutely, all the way to the other end.
Well, a lot of the ideas come from personal experience, but also a lot of them are just basically letting your mind wander and not being afraid to go into areas that there haven't been songs written about. You know what I mean? Like A Criminal Mind was definitely a song like that. On the new record, there's a song called Living in the Golden Age, which was basically my own reaction to some of the great benefit songs that were done in the past couple of years, and how you know, this mythical golden age is here for a lot of people, but for some it's anything but, and the world seems to be more aware of that nowadays because of these songs. But at the same time, we have to remember that 1 or 2 songs and quick causes aren't going to, or there are no quick fix solutions to mass global problems, and so the last line in the song "Living in the Golden Age" is, you know, we can't change an angry world overnight, and that's something to remember.
This show, we always ask our special guests to pick a video, something that they really like. And you have chosen "Imagine" by John Lennon.
Yeah.
Why?
2 reasons. One is that when that song first came out, I loved it. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. But also, years later, I was able to record the Strange Animal album at what is Ringo Starr's home, and was once John Lennon's home. And this is where he performs the video "Imagine." So when you see in the Imagine video him in this house, that is where the Strange Animal record was made. And it was, so it's a doubly important song to me.
this move to L.A. to do the album, rather than do it in Ringo's place. Well, why?
So casual about it.
That move to L.A. must have made you a little bit.
Well, I was hesitant about it at first, you know. I remember saying to Dave, I don't know, I'm not very West Coasty. I don't think I'd be very comfortable there. I feel much more at home recording in England and in places where, or in Canada, places where the type of music that I do is more instantly acceptable. But the thing was, in Los Angeles, first of all, the musicians that are on the record were all there, so that was one deciding factor. But the other one was that once I got there and we started, I found that it's funny, a lot of the songs in this record deal with kind of inner conflicts and how you resolve them, and I saw a lot of that in Los Angeles, you know, apparent on the streets, and I was able to kind of bring that into the studio in a way. And it's nothing specific that I can say, but there's an attitude in a lot of the songs in the record that wouldn't have been there had I recorded it in a more comfortable environment. There's something to be said for being a bit of an alien to a place. It brings out things in you that normally possibly wouldn't be there, and it also makes you perhaps a little more convinced of the things that are strong in your own personality, this being the music.
Moonlight Desires, the first single off that. Tell me how that came to be.
Well, all I was trying to capture was the feeling that, you know, everyone has this secret passion, secret kind of wishes that they are more inclined to admit to themselves at night. In the cold light of day, you can tend to be a little more, you can let day-to-day living kind of distract you from that. But at night, you know, I've seen, you know, the movie The American Werewolf in London. You know,
with every version
that's
of a
the
moon
extreme.
song
That's the extreme version of it. You know what I'm saying? But at night, there are holes and things that you admit to yourselves, and like is in the song, it can haunt you. You know, these moonlight desires haunt me.
You find yourself a victim of that?
Of course, it comes out in the songs though. I have an outlet for it. Yeah.
All right, now the video too. Where was that shot? It's a beautiful, beautiful scenery there.
Yeah. That's a pretty magical place. That is the Aztec pyramids and Toltec pyramids that are in Mexico. And as a matter of fact, the one in the video is called the Pyramid of the Moon. That's the main huge one that was there, and that was quite a stage to perform that song on.
Do you still have? Did you do the storyboard for that too? Ever since Criminal Mind, have you been that much involved in your videos?
Sure. It's important to be involved in every aspect of presenting your music to people, because you want people to get, you know, the right impression of it. You really don't. So that's why it's important to me. There is no per se storyboard to the Moonlight Desires video. It's just showing this rather mystical place and how that can, you know, affect the mind the same way that the lyrics of the song should.
What's the John Anderson connection? How did that come to be?
Well, one of the best things that happened was that I had an opportunity to meet John Anderson when we were in Los Angeles through Dave Tickle, the producer, and just over the course of an evening we were just talking, you know, and it seemed that we hit it off in a lot of areas, you know, particularly live performance. He was telling me about some of the great Yes shows that he's done, and I was telling him that it was really only quite recently that I started to play for fairly large audiences. And I don't know, we just hit it off. He was listening to the bed tracks of the new album, and when he heard Moonlight Desires, he just do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You know, he started just ad-libbing that little melody. And it fit so perfectly that we had to ask him if he'd do it on the record. And a couple of days later, he was right there and he did it. And it was pretty magical.
That's it.
Okay, Stu.
It's been a pleasure seeing you again, Gary.
Yeah, nice to be here.
Best of luck on that tour. I certainly hope there is something left of you. And just before you go, any plans of going anywhere else around the world? Anything in the works yet?
Well, most likely we'll do another tour of America, and there's a very good chance that we'll go to Europe this time, because there's been good vibes so far on the record there.
All right, best of luck.
Okay.
We leave with Moonlight Desires, the first single off Great Dirty World. And hey, have you heard the news? There's been good rockin' tonight.
fire.